In this video, we're gonna be working on the Gaggia Evo Pro coffee machine. I have this modified with the Gaggimate mod not too long ago. I've had this machine for about maybe 4 or 5 months, but the modifications I did about 2 months ago. And the modification turns this machine, which is a $600-700 machine, into a comparable machine that costs $6,000-7,000, where we can do pressure profiling, we can control the temperature, we can do unlimited steaming, fast recovery, and all that good stuff. This is the screen that connects, and I can control everything via this screen here, or I can control the machine from a tablet or laptop. A lot of modifications, a lot of different things we can do with this Gaggimate mod. Now, I did not expect to service this anytime soon. I've been using it flawlessly for the past maybe 5 months, even after the modification, maybe 2 or 3 months. Now the group had stopped releasing water. When I click on brew, usually the coffee brew from down here, it gets the water out from the boiler, down through the portafilter, and down to the cup. Rather, water was being directed directly to the reservoir, which is the water tank inside, and nothing was coming out of the group head. Doing some research, I had to test a lot of the things I did when I modified this machine. If you look here, a lot of wires, a lot of different things going on. We have the SSR, the relay here, and modifying this machine is not considered an easy job because a lot of wires you have to rewire on the machine. We have a controller box here. Every wire has to go in its appropriate part on this controller box, and then a lot of things going on. With all the modifications done to the machine, it becomes extremely tight and hard to work on in case of any issues. So I already started the repair without recording, and I had to remove the boiler, unscrew 4 screws from the bottom here, and then unscrew the steam wand, and I pushed the wires onto the side. I think I disconnected 2 wires and I was able to remove the whole boiler. And the reason is because I wanted to remove the 3-valve solenoid. I currently have it immersed or submerged in a descaler, and that's what the problem is. Initially, I started by testing the SSR, the relay. I tested the voltages, the voltage in, voltage out. The pump is working, steam is working, getting water out from the steam wand is working, but just the group head was not getting any water. And I narrowed it down to this being a 3-valve solenoid issue. I looked online and it seems like that's a common issue. If you do not descale the machine every month or 2, then 1 speck of callus can actually clog the solenoid valve and water would stop coming out. Anyway, I had to pull out the boiler and the solenoid valve was connected right here. I removed it. Removing stuff is easy, but to put stuff back is gonna be hard. I should remember everything. I removed the solenoid valve. I have it in the descaler. It's been here for the past maybe hour. I dipped this one for a couple of minutes also. And now it's time to put the machine back. Hopefully, problem is solved. So let me dump the descaler in the sink. Let's wash this quick. Brush it. So basically we want to brush the inside here. I did not see anything going on inside here, but it could be something deeper inside. It's always good to blow compressed air. If you have a can, I do not. I have one in the shop, but not here. But it's been submerged in a descaling fluid for the past hour. And what am I using? I've had this a while back from Jura, coffee machine cleaner. Okay. Now all we have to do is put this machine back and hopefully it will work. Now we have 3 parts here. The black part goes on top. Okay, we have to screw it. Okay, very tight. We have 2 rubber gaskets. We need the nut here and we need 2 screws. I got them right here. And now we need to put this back. How does it go back? That's a very good question. You see, we have a loose wire we need to put back, and we have another loose wire. Hopefully no other loose wires happened inside. The area is extremely tight, especially with all the modifications that we did to this machine.
What's that yellow thing?
I'm fixing the coffee machine.
Oh.
I mean, I do not know how scaling happened. I use 100% purified water. And this is a brass boiler. It's new to the Gaggia Evo Pro, unlike Gaggia Classic, which does not have a brass boiler. All right, we have to connect one hose that I disconnected. Okay, so what we need to do is we're gonna have to flip the boiler, and we do not want to take any wires along with flipping the boiler. Okay, but before I go all the way down, I just want to make the nut tight, and we're gonna put the hose back. Tough job, but somebody has to do it. Okay, so let's put the hose last. I want to get the boiler down. And there you go. Okay, so I have the clamp over the hose, making a good connection with the solenoid, and we should be good. Now, where are the wires that went loose? So we have the steam switch, we have S4 and S5 got disconnected. Now, based on the modification of the Gaggimate mod, S4 is the second pin from my left, and S5, the green wire, goes on top. You see how those wires are sticking out? So when I removed the boiler, they got disconnected. We have another blue wire that got disconnected. We're gonna have to put it back. And we still have a ground wire that went loose, and ground connects to that screw right here. And by doing so, we have all the wires connected back. Of course, if I did not modify the machine myself, it's gonna be impossible to tell unless you look at documentations and 101 things to do. This is not a mod for the faint of heart, but it unleashes the beast in that machine. Now the steam wand we need to reconnect it. And I think we have a problem. I think I should have moved the steam wand before I put the boiler back, because right now the steam wand is stuck between the buttons and the boiler. I need it to be here and not over there. Can I push it down and readjust? I cannot. What can you do? Okay, got it. Got it. I got it. Nothing that some force and some aggression can't handle. This is the cable for the screen. So, moment of truth, right? Gonna turn the machine on. Gaggimate logo. One thing I forgot to do is to put the reservoir back on, otherwise no water is gonna be present in the boiler, right? Okay, and are we gonna get water from the waterhead from the group head? Okay, so we're gonna press the button and we're gonna brew. Are we gonna get water out of the group head? That was the problem. It was not getting water from the bottom here. So we're gonna brew. And are we gonna get water? Yes, yes, awesome. Look at this, fixed. Wow. Okay, so make sure we do not have any leaks, especially from the steam wand. Okay, let's brew and take a look inside. Awesome, awesome, fixed. I'm gonna put all the wires back. I'm gonna screw the group head from the bottom. Let me turn it off because right now the boiler, the brass boiler, is hot, 93 degrees Celsius. Unplug the power cable from the back and we're gonna put everything back inside. I have Velcro right here so I can stick the control box on the side of the housing. And just like that. Actually, it's backwards. Yeah, like this. Right, and it's impossible to organize the wires here. I had them organized before I opened up the machine today, and I had to cut all those zip ties. It was a mess. I'm not gonna tie anything anymore. I'm just gonna tuck the wires in. Anything I need to do in the future, it would be a lot easier to just manage the wires rather than cut 600 zip ties. And one last thing we need to do is You see, that's where we fill the machine with water. This funnel goes all the way down to the reservoir through this hole. But before we get the funnel in, I need to connect the wires. And what happens is this plate gets hot. So after I'm done brewing, I can place the cup here so it stays warm while I steam. Such an amazing machine, especially with the mod. Without the mod, the Gaggimate mod, it's still an awesome machine, but you are limited. That's what basically makes an expensive machine, being able to control temperature, steam temperature, fast recovery when steaming, pressure profiling. The only advantage more expensive machines have is the bigger boiler and the dual boiler. If you want to do, let's say you want to steam and brew at the same time, then you need dual boiler. In my case, I do not need to steam and brew at the same time. I brew, I put the cup here, put it on steam, wait a minute, steam, and we're done. Usually what I do, if I'm doing 2 cups or 3 cups or 4 cups, what I do is I brew first. I brew all 3 cups in the brew mode, and then I put it on steam, and then I'll steam the milk for all 3 cups if we are drinking a latte and not espresso. And dual boiler is not really needed unless you are in an environment where speed is your goal. But all the features on this machine with the current Gaggimate mod makes it comparable with a $6,000 machine, a $10,000 machine. It makes amazing coffee. And I made a video before using the machine. I'm gonna make another one probably after this. So all we have to do is screw the group head from the bottom. And look at this, I custom 3D printed a handle for the knob. I custom 3D printed legs to go on the bottom. I modified this machine a lot. When you have dual boilers, you usually have to wait 30-40 minutes for the machine to heat up before you can use it. On this one here, 10-15 minutes, I'm ready to go. Small boiler on this. Let's make a cup of coffee. We're gonna do 18 grams in, 33 grams out within 27 to 30 seconds. $17.8. I'm missing 1 bean, actually 2 beans, and now we are at 18. And we're gonna grind at 4. I know those beans and I know the machine, but everybody has to figure out his grinder, his beans, and his machine. Now today I'm going to be using a filter. If I do not use a paper filter, then the coffee will be full body with all the particles. It will be more rich. If you use a paper filter, then it will be more defined. So let's do paper filter today. And the grind for each one is different. shower screen. Put the portafilter in. Now I want to preheat my cup, so I'm going to use the kettle. So we have 0 grams and the timer will be right here. 2, 3, 4, and let's see the flow. So we have 33 grams in 28 seconds. Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. And look at this. Now we're going to steam the milk. We want to put milk until the notch inside the jug. Take out the scale, we do not need it anymore. And we're gonna tuck it under because you know why? We 3D printed the legs. It raised up the coffee machine. Now I can tuck the scale under. Now we're gonna go to steam and we're gonna wait until it reaches 151 degrees. In the meantime, let's clean the portafilter. Remove the shower head. Knock the dry coffee. Right now we are at 146. Let's empty a bit of the steam in case there's some condensation, water drops. And now we are ready to steam. Now we want to inject some air in the milk, and that's why you hear that kissing sound. And after 3 to 5 seconds injecting air, we just let the steam head float right at the surface without injecting any more air. We do not want the milk to be too foamy. And we see the vortex. Once the jug is hot to the touch, very hot to the touch, we are done. We are done. We want to make sure to clean the steam head so milk does not stick on it and create a place for bacteria to live. Let out some steam. And now we can turn the machine off. And beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so I'm gonna enjoy the cup of coffee while uploading the video. Wow. All right, let me get back to work and I'm gonna upload the video and I'll see you again in the next video.
When the signal starts to fade away and the logic's gone astray, Alex brings the circuit